spring, UT gave me a project with Dell's customer support office. And I was over the moon at that time. From my alumni, I knew that if you work with Dell on the capstone project in my program, most likely they're going to offer you a full-time position after the project is over. So I was so excited. And my teammates shared the same energy. We were like, we're going to do this and we're going to get this offer after the project ends. And our project started with a full force. We were doing really, really well. Our clients were so happy. But then in March, the pandemic hit. We faced some challenges which we had not expected. Everything that was in our plans was kind of a mess. We used to take communication for granted, but now everything was moved to virtual, and it was so hard to even come together at the same time and discuss something. We were so used to working with each other in person, and our energies were just contagious. And that was missing now. The entire team's motivation levels had dropped for so many reasons. Some of us really were expecting that Dell offer, and Dell went on a hiring freeze. Some of us were interviewing with other companies, and those companies canceled our interviews. 3 out of the 4 of us are international students. We need a job to stay in the country and earn the money that we spend, but the economy started. And most importantly, for me, graduation got canceled. That hit me like anything. It was my dream for my dad to sit there in the audience, watch me walk across that stage with that master's degree. When we had to get back after spring break and start working on this project, it was a big, big challenge at that time. We did not feel like working on it anymore. But to me, if I take a commitment, I have to finish it and I have to do it well. My client's my number one priority, so I'm not just going to leave the project in between. So at this point, I used this threefold strategy that I've always used whenever I face any challenge. First, adapt. Second, communicate. And third, empathize. When we had to move to a virtual form, I had to change my mindset. I was so used to working with people. I could just walk over to them and ask my question. Now we were in different time zones. Some people preferred email, some people preferred a phone call, and I'm just losing my mind. How am I supposed to get everybody at the same time and ask my questions and get answers? So I had to change my mindset that, okay, this is what I have. What can I do to make the most of it? I had to figure out common times on all of our schedules. I had to figure out a way where all 4 of us could meet at least twice a week. Moving on to my second point, which was communicate. This by far was the most challenging one for me personally, because it involved having an open communication line with each and every teammate of mine. It involved me being there for them 24/7. They could ask me any questions they have. I would not portray any form of judgment. And most importantly, show them the appreciation for their work. At this point, motivation levels were down. I had to appreciate them for who they were. And thirdly, empathize. One of my teammates, Jia, she's also from India as I am. But she was heartbroken. She could not get over what was going on for a couple of weeks. You see, she comes from a very small town in India. And if her family were affected by this virus, they wouldn't get access to healthcare. She had been away from home for so long, and she just was looking forward to graduation so that she can go back home and meet her parents. Now she did not know when that would even happen. At this point, I had to see from her perspective, put myself in her shoes, and accommodate the project according to her needs. Over the first few weeks when she was still not showing the same motivation as the rest of us were, I altered my strategy. Every time I had a question or thought that something that I was working on could be improved, I would call her up and just say, hey, what do you think there's a better approach to this? Would you know how to solve this? And when she's super smart, okay, so she had answers for each and every questions of mine. And I would just go like, why don't you take this up? I think you would do a better job than I will. She's this person who enjoys solving problems. So she took those up. Eventually, the project itself started motivating her and the team was back on track. This threefold strategy helped us deliver an amazing project despite all of the challenges that we faced. We presented it to the Director of Customer Support Operations at Dell, who recommended it to another product segment. Our project was forwarded across Dell EMC because it was that scalable. The customer support operations teams for whom we were doing this project, they were so happy seeing the insights because in some ways, they were already trying to implement those things, but now we reinforce their intuition with hard numbers. This is a very simple strategy which unknowingly we tend to use in our personal lives. When it comes to cooking for someone or dealing with a conflict with your family and friends or moving to another city, we deal with it all the time and we use the strategy there without us knowing about it. But when it comes to professional projects, when we start facing challenges, we get so scared and feel out of control. We can't really think clearly. So today, I want to urge you that next time you have a project where life throws a curveball, think of it in 3 simple terms: adapt, communicate, and empathize. Thank you.
Thank you, Kangxi, for another wonderful speech. I always enjoy your speeches.